What up? Top of the top, y'all. Pardon me, I had to put it together. Good morning, y'all. What's up? Good to see y'all. What's poppin'? What up, Wax Dog? Lady Love. What's up, Kim? Good morning, y'all. What up? Annette. What's up, Annette? There, yeah. What's up? What's up, family? I see y'all in here early cooking this morning and ready. What's up, Latavia? Good morning. Apex. What's up? What's up, Alan? What's good, Alan? What up, man? What's going on in the UK? J.E., what's up? Flatbush, Brooklyn up in here. What's up, Malaya? What's going on? What's up, Deja? And y'all know we back at it again. Y'all already know this. What's up? Top of the top, man. Good to see y'all. Good morning, Rondell. Good morning. What's up, Rondell? If you don't know, I told y'all 1,000 times, make sure you subscribe to Rondell's Unpopular Opinion. Also make sure you subscribe to my boy Jay Marvelous if you haven't already. If y'all not up on game, then you just late. You slow out here. I'm telling you. You better get with the program. You better wake up. But this information ain't gonna be around forever. So you got people putting in this work. Other than that, welcome to the show for No Fame Live episode 315. We back at it again. Y'all already know. That's right. Grand Rising, we up and we ready. But y'all know, ain't nothing going on. That's why you see I had to reach. I had to bring something to the table. It's something that I caught. And I said, yeah, this right on point. This right on what I be saying. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about Mr. Howard Stern. And Howard Stern, he been on a little spree lately. I'm gonna get into Howard Stern. I'm gonna talk about him, but he said something that was true and that was real, so I had to acknowledge it. And he said that Oprah Winfrey be bragging and showing off her luxury and the inflation. And he said basically she wrong for doing that stuff. We're gonna talk about it. Now this right here is a rich argument. It has nothing to do with us, but it's some valid points. For those who don't know what Howard Stern is, he is a shock jock. He started half the stuff you see right now. He is the grandfather of Charlemagne and the father of Star, stuff like that. Howard Stern started all this shock jock radio stuff and showed people how you can get rich off using the microphone and talking shit. So we're gonna talk about that. And like I said, it ain't nothing but a lot of updates going on. That's what we do over here. We give confirmation and updates on what's really going on in the world. You know what I'm saying? So I already held y'all long enough. Y'all been waiting. So we just gonna get into it. Everybody make sure you have a good day. We're gonna set it off right. And let's go because it's a lot of things going on. And we're gonna put it together. So for No Fame Live episode 315. Y'all know how I do. Look, shout out to the replay gang. Don't forget to hit the all notification bell. Leave a comment. And you like or dislike, it's up to you. Let's go. Check it out. Oprah getting called out on her BS. A lot of people see what's going on out here. Number one question is, what did Oprah Winfrey ever do for you? You seen on that TV show giving out cars. You seen her go on TV doing everything for a front. But what in any community, neighborhood in America can you walk past and say Oprah Winfrey built that right there? What did she do? Nothing. I understand tax write-off, charity. I understand that, but even under all of that, what did she actually do? Nothing. Just another person with a black face. That's it. That want to talk that black stuff, but has nothing to do with the black community at all. But that's where her fame come from. See, they get the money, they get the money from the other people, and they get the fame from you. That's how all this stuff works. And they're able to take that fame that you get them and cash out on it. And then on the back end, they don't give you nothing. They all did the same thing. Oprah Winfrey learned the game. She is a master of the game. It's called playing the black card. All right? So let's check it out. Now, look. Howard Stern called her out on some of her BS. And he has the mic to do it. He has the voice to do it. Now, we're going to check something out. Also, you got to remember, he was in the media game just about as long as her. Just about as long. Anyway, let's go take a look at this stuff, y'all. Now, look. Howard Stern is upset with Oprah and Oprah for flaunting her wealth on the gram, flossing and bragging. How many times I told y'all this ain't the time to be flossing and bragging. But some people, they just love to floss and brag and show off. But you got, look, it's like this. When you go around people that got money, it's okay to floss. But you got to understand, it's a lot of people doing bad out here. So every time you floss, you actually shining on the wrong people sometimes. That's all I'm saying. I'm going to get into it some more because you got to remember, we was talking about this yesterday. We live in a time now where you got to show everything off. Nothing is sacred. Nothing. Like I said, if somebody pregnant having a baby, you got to put that on film. If somebody's sick in the hospital, you got to put that on film. Somebody getting married, you got to put that on film. Everything on film, on film, on film. Everything is social, which means everything is for everybody now. Nothing is held dear to oneself no more. You make big accomplishments in your life, and before you enjoy it, you showing off everybody. And there's nothing wrong with that if that's what you want to do. I'm just telling you that we live in a world of flossing, bragging, and showing off. But bragging and boasting is actually a sin. That's why people that brag and boast always go through some type of hardship. But anyway, that's a whole nother topic. That's my opinion. Like I said, I got my own opinion. And if you don't like it, you already know what you can do. So look, shock jock Howard Stern is blasting Oprah Winfrey and her alone for what he calls flaunting her wealth on Instagram. As you see, spoken on by Media Takeout. According to Forbes, Oprah is worth $6 billion and she earned every penny of it. Pause right there. That is inflation price. I looked it up this morning. Oprah Winfrey is only worth 2.5 to 3.5 billion. You dig? So that's a little sauce on that 6 billion. But anyway, this morning on Howard Stern Daily Radio Show, he told his listeners it's fucking mind-blowing when you follow her on Instagram. You see her estates, her gardens, the people who service her, and you know she's got servants. Get it? Servants. Basically saying she got her own little slaves. But I get it. I know she paid them very well. But anyway, like he said, she be showing off her estates, gardens, her service, her servants, people cooking. He said it's fucking wild. She knows how to be rich. She kind of likes to show it off, which is something I'm not comfortable with. I don't think that people should show off their wealth. I agree with Howard Stern on that. And yes, Howard Stern, he does say racist things. I seen a picture last week pop up with Howard Stern with a blackface on, a painted on blackface. But I understand those are the rituals they have to do. But it ain't about that. Howard Stern, yes, he might be a piece of shit, but he might say some real stuff too. So I'm the type of person, I don't get caught up in human beings. When somebody says something real, I acknowledge it. When they on some BS and some nonsense, I don't pay them no mind at all. But he got a valid point with Oprah flossing. Because remember, she so-called represent the black community, and she don't do nothing for the black community. And why does the black community love Oprah? Because she rich. She a billionaire. Oprah is the first. See, everybody was taught you was taught to worship Oprah from the 80s. You was taught to worship her when you was born and don't even fucking know why. You've been worshiping Oprah your whole fucking life, and she has done nothing at all. She didn't establish no business that helps the community. You see, when we want a job, we got to go to other corporations, Walmart, every other corporation, because our people that's rich don't own no corporations. You understand that? That's why I say we talking about money, we talking about riches, and we talking about generational wealth. So let's continue on. And like he said, you got to be a little self-aware and know that people struggling out here. Key word, people are struggling. So if Howard Stern know people are struggling, why Oprah Winfrey act like she don't know people are struggling? You see? A lot of people know what's going on. That's why I told you, them people in Hollywood cashing out, they downsizing, they selling stuff they don't need. I'm going to show you some more proof of that today. People that know about what's going on in the storm that's really, really coming, they're prepping right now. They're getting everything in order. While some people are flossing and they sleep. Or then again, you got some people that are woke and they flossing on purpose. It's called a distraction. Watch what I do. Watch me. Look at me. And while you're looking at me, your shit going down the gutter. That's what they doing out here. The same way you got niggas that say, I floss what I got because it's inspiration. No, it ain't. You making somebody depressed. You making somebody feel messed up inside. And that's what bragging do. Because everybody's not fortunate. So when you're blessed with fortune, you're supposed to keep that to yourself. So that's like people buy stuff for themselves and they say, I'm blessed. I'm blessed, but man, the Lord been blessing me. You know, you've been buying that shit for yourself. My point is this, man. People need to shut up sometime. Anyway, let's get back into it. I want y'all to see something. He said, you got to be a little self-aware and know that there are people struggling out here. You get it? You got to kind of think about people who don't have to eat. You know what I'm saying? He like, come on. You got to be a little bit aware of this. Meaning, Oprah, you know what you be doing. You know you out here flossing on your whole community. You flossing on all your people. In my opinion, that's what I'm looking at, what he really saying. Stern continued, I make a good living, and I'm having trouble watching Oprah. I go, wow, look what's going on over there. Her estate is unbelievable. When she goes shopping in her backyard because everything is growing back there. There's a farm back there. So basically he's saying, look, we know you rich. We know you live a lavish life. But why you always got to floss? Now, mind you, Howard Stern, he's not broke neither. That's why he said, I got a little money. As you see, Howard Stern is worth $650 million. I seen up to $800 million, between $650 to $800 million. So he almost at the billionaire level. He got money. He ain't hurting. And I also seen that the people that reported the story trying to call him a hater. I'm not going to say that man a hater. He just speaking facts. He rich too. And he sees somebody else flossing and trying to stunt. And that's what niggas do. Because a nigga always gotta floss. They always gotta show off what they got. What they say, people that floss and show off ain't used to having shit. Or sometimes people show off and floss to be spiteful, to say, look what I got. You ain't got this. I'm good out here. You ain't doing nothing. You struggling out here. You fucked up. I'm good. That's what that bragging shit really is. You dig? But like I said, bragging and boasting is a sin. That is forbidden behavior. And you got to understand, it's a saying called what? The Lord giveth and taketh away. So today you could be flossing, and then tomorrow you could lose it all. You also can lose your life. And when you die, everything you accomplish is somebody else going to get all that. And we know when Oprah leaves this earth, that's what's going to happen. She probably already left her whole estate to a charity because she don't have no kids. And maybe she know about the game. That's why she ain't had no kids. Because maybe she not built for no sacrifices. Stuff like that. It's my opinion. So the key thing this man said, when he said that you see her estate, she's showing off how she got workers. She's showing off her backyard. And the key thing he said, there are people struggling out here. You gotta kind of think about the people that don't have to eat. That's what I'm saying. When we talked about yesterday, what we talk about, y'all, we talked about the inflation. The inflation is the realest thing going on that is the most downplayed. The whole key to this inflation is to act like everything is okay. Everything is normal. But in reality, it is not. And only those who pay attention and understand economics, understand futuristic, the people who are able to see ahead, understand that what's going on now is leading to what? A final destination. It's called the Hunger Games. That's what is going on. It's about to really be going down. Hunger Games. Like shout out to if I'm not mistaken, Kim sent me the video of them young boys in the Apple store just walking in there, snatching up everything off the counter, snatching all the phones, Hunger Games, in broad daylight. That's what I'm trying to tell people. And so for Howard Stern to acknowledge that, he know what's going on. I told you, this is the thing, y'all. All these celebrities know what's going on. That's why you'll see the past couple months, none of them spoke out about inflation. None of them been giving donations. They ain't been doing no real drives. They have not been doing nothing but trying to hold on to what they got and trying to make some more money. That's the whole plan. But for Howard Stern to speak out, I got to give him his clout for that because he let it be known. He basically was saying, Oprah, you know your people out here starving, going through it, and you out here trying to show off in the last day. So that's why you see a lot of these celebrities getting their house broken into, getting carjacked, people hopping their fences because they are food out here. And Oprah better hope she ain't food. Because when it comes down to it, you're going to have people rather run up in OPRAH house than try to rob a bank. That's what time we in right now. But remember, it got to be downplayed. I'm going to say it again. The number one thing being downplayed is inflation, sex trafficking, human trafficking, and fentanyl, aka Fetty Wap. Those are the number 3, 4 killers in America right now that you're not going to see on the news, that nobody in power is going to talk about, because that is part of the quiet war. You see, a lot of us know this is something called silent weapons for quiet wars. And by the time you look up, it's just a lot of people gone. And you don't even understand what happened because I told you ain't no shot come out no gun. And Oprah know this. Remember, people forgot about when Oprah Winfrey built that school in Africa. What happened in Africa? All them kids got violated. People forgot about that, didn't they? All them kids got abused. Oprah has not taken no responsibility for nothing she has done. All she has done was create an image around her. She created a TV show network that flopped because it don't show nothing but nigga nonsense. You dig? She's the one that brought us Tyler Perry on a whole nother level and blew up that whole Madea thing. She behind all of that. See, when it's something like that, she behind it. But when it's something to uplift people, she not with that. Have you ever heard Oprah Winfrey out her own mouth speak up for black people any kind of way? I'm not making this about race, but I'm going to show you people like this that ain't my people. Not at all. I want you to get that shit out your head that just because somebody got a certain color skin, they are your people. If this woman, she got all the money in the world, right? But I bet you she had a choice, she would get a skin transplant. If this woman could be white, she would be white. And guess what? No matter how white she be, it's still white people gonna look at her like she's a goddamn fool, and they're not gonna respect her. See? They don't look at you. Some of these people don't look at you as they just look at you as a nigga with money. That's it. And let me get some of that. All they trying to do is figure out how they can get some of that money off you. But they don't care about you. So Oprah, her whole life, she's been kissing ass. She's not really from the community. Now you got to remember, some of these people get rich and they never was accepted by their own people. Some of these people like Oprah be still holding grudges from when they was in high school and they couldn't get no black boy to date them and stuff like that. They still be having grudges. Like, they all corny for real, and they just got money. But my point is, ask this. Everybody listening and watching, we all different ages. But I know for a fact you all had that brainwashing about Oprah Winfrey. You was taught to worship Oprah like she was somebody special. Bill Cosby. You was taught to worship people when they have a certain amount of money. And the powers that be know this. That's why years ago they started giving black people a lot of money, because these are the people that they chose to be your leaders and be your example of success. And to this day, it went from Oprah to Jay-Z to Diddy, the same shit. And you will always see they don't even come together to do nothing. Look at every name I said. Can they not pull their resources together and do something? But they're not going to do that. Okay, do we not see Jeff Bezos talking about opening up a homeless camp or whatever? He going to put 123 million to the homeless. Now, yes, I understand there's some loopholes to that, but my point is, when you ever heard anybody black doing that? They put together 20 million to stop homelessness in the ghetto. When you ever heard that? I'll wait. That's why I said we don't care about these people with their money. We don't care. If they ain't breaking no bread, if they ain't making sure, if they're not trying to build no future for our children, we don't care about them no more. That's just what it is. All right. So I'm just showing you how it took for this man, because Howard Stern, he ain't got to bite his tongue. He has a powerful voice. So it took for this man to call her out on her BS. What she did, flossing her mansion, flossing that she got servants, aka well, those are legal slaves, really. You know how you had indentured servants, and then you use servants, all that same shit. Anyway, she had no problem flossing. She got servants, showing her backyard, showing all her shit in the goddamn inflation after the pandemic. Knowing people out here are fucked up. See, this is the point. People who got some type of, if you got any type of spirit, if you got a heart, if you got any type of compassion in your body, you can actually feel the pain that's on the people. You can see it when you go out. You can see it on people, in them, on them. You know that people going through it. Even in your own personal life, you got to be cautious and wise on how you spending your money and how you taking care of your bills and finances. Man, every step you make now has to be calculated. So when you got people like Oprah showing off and all this extra shit, man, that ain't about nothing. I told you that's the same thing in a cartoon where all you're going to do is start looking like a hot dog. You're going to start looking like some steak, and that's what happened. This is the time we in. You better be happy and grateful for everything you have. And guess what? You better keep it to yourself. That's the time we in now. Now, yes, it probably will be a time to floss again. This just ain't the time. That's all I'm telling y'all. So it took for this man to call out and to just show you that people really believe that lie that money is power. No, a lot of time you just got a lot of money. All right. We was talking about Wendy Williams, right? She had a lot of money. What she got now? She ain't got nothing. You see, power is when you can make change. That's power. When you can lift up one hand and make change. When you can say one word out your mouth and make change, that's power. Money don't give you power. Money just get you situated in this wicked ass world we in. That's it. Money just make your situation a little better. But it's all good because we're going to get back to that. So I wanted to speak on this because all that flossing shit, that shit played out. All that trying to show off shit, man, that shit is over with. But people going to still do it. You know why? Because most people been influenced by social media. So that's why you got to show. Now, like I said, y'all, I'm not a hater. It's okay to show off sometimes. It's okay to certain things. You got to know what, but you got to understand some things are sacred. You got to understand some things are to be held close to your heart and just be held close and appreciated. But we live in a world now where you fucking just tell everything, show everything. So I want you to just think of everybody that showed off, everybody that told every goddamn thing and did all this extra shit. Where the fuck that shit get them? The shit ain't get them nowhere, did it? Nope. All you did was put everybody in your business. And when your business get tiring, people go into somebody else's business. That's it. Hold up. I don't think that's Oprah. Looks like her body double. I believe the real Oprah has been arrested along with the other celebrities. Could be. Because like I said, we do know they all got low and went into hiding. They all went into hiding and they got scared. Yeah, around that same time, Ellen DeGeneres, yeah, I seen the ankle monitor on her. I seen the ankle monitor on her leg. I saw it. That's why all of them been hiding. But we're going to get back into them. Shout out to everybody that's here because everybody here is up. They up and focused. And, I don't like to always use the word woke, but everybody up here don't sleep. And they up. So let's move on real quick, y'all, because today is one of them days. Now I got to speak on this because Pusha T, you see this weak-ass man right here? No respect for Pusha T. He's a sucker. You know why? Because Pusha T claimed he's disappointed and affected by Ye's hate speech. See, this is a nigga that Kanye West put on. Put him on. This same nigga is out here doing McDonald's commercials and Arby's commercials. But Kanye West put you on, held you down for a long time. But like I told you, that's what niggas do. Niggas kick you when you down. So this is a man that fed you. And you going to come out your mouth and say he disappointed. I'm disappointed and affected by Ye's hate speech. Saying this man spoke about the Hebrew Israelites and things of that nature. And you got a nigga saying it's hate speech. See? I would respect it if it came from the other communities. I would respect it. You got another black man saying that another so-called black man is using hate speech because Pusha T is scrambling and he's another one that will get on his knees and do anything for a dollar. He don't understand his rap career been over with. That's why he's doing rap commercials right now. He's doing McDonald's commercials, fast food. But I want to show y'all how you could put somebody on and they still will turn against you at your lowest point. You see that? Nigga say he disappointed and affected. Nigga, how are you affected by somebody else's speech? Nigga, you need to stop lying. Told you, man, these dudes is bad. They bad out here, man. I'm telling you, your people out here doing bad. They looking fucked up out here. No principle, no moral. Everybody's shit just ooze down the toilet. When you sit down, did all your morals and principles go down the toilet with you when you took a dump? Because I don't know what I'm seeing out here. It's sad. That's right. Pusha got his Adidas deal off the strength of Ye. That's right. Talk about it, Rondell. Look, this is called an ungrateful nigga. That's why I let people do them. I'm trying to tell y'all something, man. You don't help nobody. It sounds messed up, right? That's why I say you don't help nobody. Meaning you don't just help anybody. It's a difference between nobody and somebody. That's why I always tell y'all, I'm only worried about my people. My people are the people that think like me, live like me, and we on the same page. And we don't even got to use a lot of words. We deal mind.tech mind. You feel me? That's my people. Other than that, ain't no fucking people. Because I'm showing you, look, this is a man that put him. That's why I told you. Remember what I said? Look, if you don't agree with somebody, you just stay the fuck out the way. It's okay to shut the fuck up sometime. But I told you, in the social era, everybody got something to say. Everybody got a fucking comment. So you'll see somebody fighting a war, going through some shit, and here you go chiming in. So my point is this. You ain't got the balls to stand up to Adidas, nigga, Pusha T. You ain't got the balls to stand up to the industry because you a punk. But you won't go at nobody else. But now that it's cool, the trend of going at Kanye, you gonna go at the same man that held you down when your whack-ass Clips career been over with. Pharrell been dropped your ass. Your brother retired on your ass. And who held you down? Kanye held you down. Kanye made sure your album stayed popping. But you was trying to beef with Drake, and Drake ended your shit again. But you got a clothing line, all this shit by Kanye, and you gonna turn against that man and co-sign, say that man using hate speech. So I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Now you see why I also said rap is over with. Rappers are the biggest joke on the planet right now. The biggest grown men with the balls are little kids. I'm starting to think all rappers got the same size testicles as an 8-year-old. They have no nuts at all. None of them. They got too much estrogen going on. And that's the problem. That's why I say Kanye West, he go against the grain. What we call him crazy. Antonio Brown, he go against the grain. What we call him crazy. Kyrie, he go against the grain. They call him an idiot. But when Pusha T come out and say stuff like this, niggas don't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? They don't say nothing about people like this. So I'm trying to tell y'all, man, get them people away from me. I'm just going to show y'all the betrayal. Betrayal is in full effect. All your people that's in position, that's desperate, betrayal is right around the corner. That goes for every level. Anybody that look like you, that is on hard times, struggling, they will sell you out right now. That's the time we in. So don't forget. Let's move on. Now, Nia Long. Now, I'm going to salute Nia Long. Now, you see, she's showing off her new crib. But, see, it's a science behind why she's showing off her crib. Because, remember, she was messing with M.A. Adoka, who cheated on her with a mother of 3 that just so happened to be white. And he straight disrespected Nia Long and had her out here looking bad. So I understand woman empowerment, that She basically showing her crib. This is a subliminal message. This ain't to show up the crib. This just showing, look, I'm back on my feet. I ain't got no nigga. I don't need that nigga. I'm back good. I'm straight. I bounce back. And I also let it be known that she's probably available to dating again. You feel me? So I understand. That's why I say it's a time to show things off. It's a time for everything. And then Nia Long, she just showing you a nice little crib. She ain't flossing no mansion on you. You ain't seen no headline, Nia Long just dropped $5 million on a condo. No. But it's okay to show that crib. You know why? That's a smack in the face to that nigga. Say, look, this could be us, nigga. But no, you want to go mess with that white woman. But this could have been us, see? And she also showing independence, saying, nigga, I don't need you to get a new crib. That's what all that shit is about. So I understand it's a time for everything. I'm not saying it don't take no pictures, but you got to be wise on what you're doing and how you're doing it when you're doing it. That's all I'm saying. So shout out to Nia Long for bouncing back after that man humiliated her. You dig? This man cheated on Nia Long, a known actor in the community, a known actor, period. He cheats on her for a nobody that's married with 3 kids. So that nigga is one of the dumbest dudes I've seen this year. He one of the top 3. Now let's continue on to somebody else that you've been worshiping, Taye Diggs. Now, mind you, remember I told you Harvey Weinstein is in jail, and I told you he was the one giving all these black movies money, all these black actors. Now that he in jail, look what the black actors are doing. You see that? Taye Diggs, look at him. That man was twerking. That man was acting like a chick. And I already showed y'all Taye Diggs a couple months ago how that man is straight dressing in drag, doing plays. I showed you that. But this is the man from Stella Got a Groove Back that a lot of y'all was taught the lust off of. You thought that was the perfect image of a black chocolate man. See? But little did you know, he might have already been fruity the whole time. And he is now making a mockery of himself and everybody that look like him because he out here struggling. This man was twerking like a chick, looking disgusting. And I told y'all, they all selling out. I'm telling y'all, look. That's why I say even people in the Rainbow family, y'all better stop getting finessed. A lot of these people, they run into the Rainbow community because they feel the Rainbow community going to support everything they do now. They understand that the Rainbow community spend that money. How many of y'all heard about even that dude Shamar came out? Man, all these dudes talking about they would you know what I'm saying? They wasn't look before. Look, this is my whole point with the people like Taye. This is my whole point, y'all. They built their whole career playing off the minds of women. They played the role of fake ass sex symbols, marketing themselves to women. That's my only thing with all these people. Like, if they would have just been them, all right, y'all promoted yourself and pushed every agenda in the movie. The Best Man. Ain't he the star from The Best Man? So him, look what he doing. Gabrielle Union, look what she doing. Just look at all of them black actors from your favorite movie. Let's look at what they doing now. And you'll see they all are desperate. They're doing any fucking thing because they didn't evolve their career. And Harvey Weinstein is in jail. Hollywood is shut down. Therefore, they can't get no bread. So that's why they got to do plays. They got to do whatever they can. This man was twerking and acting like a straight female. And it's sad. So I don't care about how many girlfriends they got. I don't care about none of that. That shit is a front. They just get girlfriends. So when they go to the event, they got a female on their arm. You feel me? When I look at these dudes with females now, in my mind, I just think the female be screwing them. That's what I'm starting to think. You dig? But I'm just showing y'all what's going on. All right? This is the time we in. So like I said, Nia Long was in a lot of them black movies, wasn't she? She can't get no roles like that. You dig? Hollywood shut down. Taye Diggs, he was in them black films. He can't get no roles no more. Shut down. Nigga, all you might do is a commercial or maybe something on Netflix, but you ain't even top prominent for that. So let's move on, y'all, because these people are washed up. Now, this right here, y'all remember her. Y'all remember I broke the story on her. A lot of people spoke about this. This is the IG model that got AIDS. See? Ain't no such thing as no fucking IG model. That was another land of make-believe, some bullshit. A model is a model. It's no such thing as an IG model. That means you only model on the fucking internet. That's what it means. That means you work for Instagram. That's what it means. You are the chicks that Do what you do all day, and you help Instagram make a lot of revenue. And I ain't here to knock nobody. If you're going to be a model, just be a model all the way around. But guess what, y'all? A lot of people don't know. You can't be a real model when you tat it out. And you can't be a real model when your ass too big and certain body parts too big. Because in the real modeling world, they don't like all that stuff. Just being honest with you. When you're a real model, you can't really be tatted out like that. You can't be tatted out like that. That's just a fact. So that's why they all have been reduced to Instagram models. With that's like somebody say, oh, that's a Facebook model right there. Oh, that's a YouTube model. See that? Instagram model. Oh, that's a Twitter model. That means you're really a fucking joke. And that means that you just somebody that's on social media taking your clothes off, showing your body. It's a joke. Because you don't got no contract. You ain't got no deals. You're just an IG model. You just eye candy. You're light porno. That's it. My point is this. She says she going blind in one eye. Also, don't forget, I woke up one day, her page popped up. She got a YouTube page too. So she got out that hospital, whatever. She trying to get us some money. I ain't gonna kick her while she down. And I understand people feel sorry for her, but y'all gotta understand, y'all. That's another thing we gotta stop doing. They go for me, let's go for everybody. Sometimes people go through stuff and suffer because of the life they live and the choices they made. We gotta understand that. So if we see an IG model that got full-blown HIV, what does that mean? Does that mean she was living her best life? Or does that mean she was having unprotected sex? And the thing is, we don't even know how many people she could have spread it to. That's what people keep forgetting. So people be like, pray for her. I feel bad for her. But we don't even know. This woman could have gave 50 people HIV. Do we know that? I'm not knocking her. I'm just saying. I broke down that whole Jezebel spirit. I broke down that whole promiscuous lifestyle. And guess what? When you a thug and you live by the gun, sometimes you get your brains blowed out. When you a hoe and you live by, you know what? Sometimes you might go out by a bad disease. That's just how the game goes. So guess what? You got to take what come with it. That's all I'm saying. I ain't judging nobody. Understand, you got to take what come with the life you live. So that's why I say we got to stop all that feeling sorry for people when they do shit and they know goddamn well what they was doing. See that? That's the shit I'm talking about. They say this woman was with Chris Brown, Nick Cannon. They say she was around a lot of people. And we know what they say about HIV. Then they say it's something like it could linger in your body for years before it even show itself. So my point is this, man. We don't know how many people got that disease. And she ain't had no problem in her last days starting a YouTube page and getting cash apps, GoFundMes, all of that. So I ain't knocking. I'm just being real out here. You know why? Because we do not want the youth today to grow up to be like this. So that's why we got to put some shame on it. Because you got to show these young girls and people, look, you keep living that life, you won't mess around and be messed up out here because you got some dirty, you know what dudes that know they be having that monster and they don't have no problem spreading it. And then you got a lot of dudes out here living a double life and they ain't got no problem with spreading it. That's the truth. So that's why she's a poster child for HIV. No disrespect to Gina, but Gina got, hey, I don't know how many people could already be dead from what you passed on. Because remember, they say the people that pass it on sometimes live and the person that got it died. So we don't know. She could have bodies under her. We don't know. All I'm saying is I don't feel sorry for her. That's right. So other than that, y'all, learn from that. All that unprotected sex, if you still doing that in 2023 with a person that you just met and don't fucking know like that, man, yes, you are insane. All right, that's it. If you want to play Russian roulette with your own life, that's on you. Hey, that's on you. You feel me? Yeah, you scared to put a gun in your head and play Russian roulette, but you have sex without no condom all the time. It's the same fucking thing. You dig? Same thing. Let's keep it pushing. Now we're going to talk about Brittany Griner. Now, I'm going to be honest. Now, look, Brittany Griner is facing hell in prison. Homophobia, racism, and 16-hour work days. Now, this is another situation. Now, look, I could say, man, I feel bad for this person right here. That's messed up, man. Facing hell in prison, slander, racism. Damn, 16-hour work days. But on the other token, I could say what? That this person, Brittany, brought all this on themselves. Why? Go a lot of different ways. You already played for the WNBA. So you going to Russia to play, maybe you was being a little too greedy. Maybe your wife wanted you to stay home and you still wanted to go play. And then if you went to go play, maybe you should have just got off the weed for a little while. So even we can look at stuff and say, damn, that's messed up, but we got to be honest too. This person, Brittany, put themselves in this situation at the end of the day. Me, I'm not going anywhere just to make some money. That's me. I'm going to go in the spirit. The spirit say don't go, I ain't going. I don't care where it is. And just because somebody offered me some money don't mean I'm going to take it. So let's ask a simple question. If she never would have went to Russia to play, because mind you, season over with, she could have been home chilling. If she never would have went over there to get some extra bread, she also admitted that she's seen the warning that went out and told people, if you anywhere around these hostile environments, to bring your ass back to America. She said she saw the warning and all of that and didn't pay none of that shit no mind. And now you see the situation she in. And like I said, my opinion, she is not locked up for no weed. I think, in my opinion, she's locked up for playing them sex games. Because over there, it is illegal. And I think she got caught finessing that woman's basketball team. And that's my opinion. So, at first, I was like, damn, that's messed up. But now, as it play out more and more, I'm starting to see more and more. And guess what? The more and more Brittany locked up, the more and more Brittany starting to look like a man. The man features are coming out more. You can see that little shaved off mustache right there. The man features are coming out more, y'all. I'm just being honest. We already seen a picture with nothing. We seen the picture with the flat chest and nothing. It wasn't no surgery. No, we seen it. We seen the picture from a kid. My opinion, that's a man. But we neither here nor there. My point is, if that is a man, that's Joanna Man. That Brittany is the real life Joanna Man. If Joanna Man was in Russia playing basketball with them women, I understand why they locked Joanna Man up. Because you was over there finessing the Russians. And probably over there, they ain't like that, and you locked up. And over here, they gave us a story about weed. And this shit is deeper than weed. That's what I think. Or it could be both. You could be locked up for being Joanna Man and having weed. But I know one thing. This person brought it on themselves. That's it. You to stage your ass in America, where even it's sanctioned to be who you are, do what you want here. Maybe you should have staged your ass here. And that's all I'm gonna say on that. That's right. I think Brittany tried to be slick, man. Tried to be slick and got caught. That's what I think. That's my opinion. Now let's move on, y'all. Look, y'all, another waterboarding notice. Issue over 2 million. Now what? We seen yesterday, chickens getting recalled. Bird flu. We know our people still got dirty water in Mississippi and Flint and other places. We know C-19 is still spreading. And now look, the people in Houston got to boil their water. Over 2 million Houston residents are under a water boil notice after a power outage on Sunday, after a water treatment plant official said. How many times I told y'all? 1 million times on this channel. Did I not tell you when some shit get to popping, when they want to shut you down, all they got to do is turn your power off? How many times I told y'all that? The biggest warfare they could use against anybody, all they got to do is turn your power off and you're done. Told y'all that, man. So look, they claim that they had to turn the water off because of the power outage or whatever. They saying the water's messed up now. But like I broke down before, one of the first forms of warfare they always did in ancient time was pollute the water. When they went to slaughter your people, they cut the water supply off first. Either they cut it off, make a man-made dam, or they poison the water. How you gonna make it without no clean water and power? What's up, Queen of Detroit? So that's what I'm telling y'all. This is the warfare. Now, think about it. 2 million people don't have no clean water. Is it not true that the company that gives you power can take the power away with a click of a switch? That's another thing. How come all these millionaires and billionaires, why they don't own no power plants? Think of every natural resource is needed in America. Why they don't got nothing to do? Why they run to Africa and so-called build fresh water? They do all this shit in Africa, but why they don't do nothing here? Why your whole life when you was growing up, they showed you that feed African kids commercials and help this little dog that's sick. But why nobody got commercials for you? Why nobody do nothing for you? But you was your whole life, you was raised on focusing on Africa being poor. Little did you know, you poor right here in America. Ain't even got no clean water. You worried about Africa. You see that? Man, I tell you, they've been playing a lot of games. A lot of games. That's why smart people got a lot of money invested in water. I read that before the pandemic and this crisis. How a lot of investments went into water. Everything that goes with the infrastructure bill. It was a lot of investments being made in metal, brick, water. Why you think all over America water has went sky high? Thank you, Danielle. Thank you. Thanks for the donation. Thanks for the super chat. Thanks for supporting me like you always do. Thank you very much. Gotta remember, that's one thing about America. It's backwards. America is straight backwards, y'all. That's why everything you was told is damn near a lie. While you was feeling sorry for them countries overseas, actuality, they doing better than a lot of people over here. People just don't understand that shit. And that is part of the whole game. So, just like in Mississippi, they still got brown water. Now, we understand that water could be fixed in a matter of days, no more than weeks. But you'll see strategically all these failures. No clean water. See what that means? That means they can't cook. Man, they can't even make no oodles and noodles. That's what that means. Dirty water. Can't even make no oodles and noodles. Can't even make a bowl of noodles. None of that. Can't wash your ass. But this is how they did your people. Control the water. Control the food. Can't go to war. You ain't got no water, no food, and no power. That's why I've been trying to tell people forever. So people have been stocking up on guns. People have been stocking up on every fucking thing. But you can't stock up on no power, can you? See that? And you should have stocked up on as many cases of water as you do firearms. They playing a whole nother game. Just like, remember, they played that game with the tissue. Do we think in our last mind it was actually a tissue drought? Y'all know that was some BS. That was a mind game. That was a mind game to see how much we can make people panic. And the key word to panic, or should I say the word panic, the key word to panic is Pan. Pan is the goat god known as Satan. And wherever Pan goes, it will be pandemonium. It will be straight chaos. That's why we was in a pandemic. And ever since, you've been seeing chaos. But this is another part of the game. 2 million people without water. Mind you, if I'm not mistaken, that's the same place Takeoff got killed, ain't it? Well, some stuff going on in Houston. All right. I told you, anywhere your people are heavily populated, it's always going to be a game being played. Check it out. Let's continue on. I'm going to show you part of the game. Now, look. New movie dropping. Babylon. New movie called Babylon. Why? Because they don't got to hide nothing no more. They going to tell you what it is. Babylon. And as you see, the Scarlet Woman right there, the lady in red. The lady that wears the crimson. The one that's supposed to ride on the beast with 7 heads. I already broke this down 1,000, 1,000,000 times to y'all. I already broke this down a whole lot. I ain't got to go back into it. For those that don't know, you want to know more, you check the catalog. I already broke this down. But to show you, this movie is coming out 2 days before Christmas, starring Brad Pitt. Remember, I told y'all a couple days ago what I told you. Any movie you see Brad Pitt in, Leonardo DiCaprio, Tom Hanks, and certain big actors, it all has to do with agendas. And it is the slogan for the movie Babylon. The bigger the dream, the greater the fight. You heard about the American dream, didn't you? The bigger the dream, the greater the fight. Watch the new trailer for Damien Chazelle's Babylon, starring Brad Pitt, Margaret Robbie, and Diego Calva in theaters everywhere December 23rd. See? Told you. Only movies coming out has got agendas to them. For 2, the only people gonna still get their money from Hollywood is Brad Pitt and those in that category. I told you, though, black people are getting no major movie roles at all. And if you want to be technical, we know half the people in Black Panther is not from this country. And there's nothing wrong. I'm not knocking. I'm just being honest. No more big money bags for people that are melanated, born in America. But you'll see Brad Pitt and the rest of them, they're going to still get their big movies. Because when they push real agendas, they need the real actors to come out. The real actors that know the truth, they need them to play them roles. But I just wanted to show y'all that. Told y'all we in the last day and everything will be revealed. You've been on the planet for how long now? You ain't never heard them call no movie Babylon, now have you? And y'all know I stay talking about Babylon. Because Babylon has showed itself. That's why we in the world of confusion. What does confusion mean? Everything is backwards. Everything is disarray. Everything is inside out. Only the smart people can put it all together. That's right, Big Phil. Talk about it. We got to talk about it. No, we got love for our African family, but we understand the game they playing here in America. They have been replacing Black Americans with African Americans in entertainment. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. And I mean, it's just a game the people playing. Like, it's still a game of divide and conquer. They just playing divide and conquer. That's it. They doing it in sports, they doing it in music, and they doing it in acting. That's why the #1 music now in America, whether you like it or not, is Afro beats. Yes, it is. Afro beats is taking off. That is the new genre that's going to replace R&B and hip hop. Don't forget, I told you. They did the first experiment with Idris Elba in The Wire when he was straight from overseas and he was playing a role of a gangster thug black man. But it's really about, you see, it's really about this. They cutting off all pipelines, meaning you're not going to get our money no more and think you're going to help your people out. You're not going to get your money and think you're going to make no change in the community. So when somebody, let's say somebody of African descent make the money, they're going to get that money back to their country. They're going to, you feel me? So my point is this. They'd rather see that money going back to somebody else's country instead of seeing that money come to your community. How many times you kept hearing the story about, man, all they do is come here and work, and they talk about so-called people that's not from America. They say the same thing, right? All they do is come here and work and send the money back home to their family. We all know that shit, don't we? How many of y'all knew they've been doing that shit? They was able to do all that shit on MoneyGram, Western Union, before you even needed a fucking ID. I'm going to say it again. How many times you heard the same story? All they're going to do is make the money and send it back home. Well, guess what? That's the fucking plan. As long as they send that money back home and you don't get it, to send it through your neighborhood. That's why they always tell you and keep drilling in your head. They say what? The black dollar only circulate in the neighborhood one time. That's why they rather people get the money and send it to their country than your people get the money and put it back in the hood. So that's why I say it's just a game of divide and conquer. Hebrews and Africans are two different people. Shem and Ham. That's right. That's a fact. That's a fact. But you know, for some people, that's over their head. And I just had to show y'all that the movie Babylon is out. Babylon is written somewhere in a book, and it tells you in Revelation about Babylon is falling. But now the movie is out. While Babylon is falling, there's a movie out. But anyway, let's take a look at some things because we at the end. Revelation 6:8. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him. And power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth, to kill with sword and with hunger. Told you, Hunger Games going on. And with death and with the beasts of the earth. Now let's look at this. Remember I told y'all yesterday, I already broke all this stuff down already previous episodes, but I had to resurface. When Beyonce took that picture on that pale horse, that represented death was to come. That's why you're going to keep seeing all this death. There's nothing but death trending. Why you think people spent 2 weeks talking about takeoff death? And then we spent another week talking about a death that happened in Mexico. All you got to understand is right now we're all taught to worship death and acknowledge death more than we acknowledge life. And that shows the hell that we in right now. That's why after death, hell followed with him. You see nothing but hell going on. Hard times and misery. So, like I understand, people could front, people could play the role, but I know everybody ain't straight because I understand that some people are going to be a victim of the pale horse and what comes after. And you got to understand, these people were put in power because power was given to them over the fourth part of the earth. I'm going to say that's where we're sitting at right now. Because if you chop it up from east to west, I could say the east is the first part, and I could say this is the fourth part. That's my opinion. Or it also could be the fourth quarter, the end. So I understand that what? Power was given to them over this part of the earth, which means you seeing all this wickedry and all this stuff going on because it was permitted. It was sanctioned that this had to go down. You got to remember, these people that we call evil, wicked, you call them what you want to call them. But guess what? They got a job to do. And their job is to do you dirty every time you step out of bounds. That's their job, to give you hell. So they doing their job, like I always tell you. They always do their job. I told you, the people that are in power, all of them are spiritual. All of them study. They all do certain things to empower themselves because they understand their empowerment sets forth your destruction and your weakness because you don't pray. You know not who you worship. Therefore, this is what gives them the power. And these are the games they play in Babylon. They did it since the beginning of time, and they're doing it right now. This is not a new story. We actually live in an old story. So you got to understand, when you see death and you see all this hell, and you got to understand that the people creating this lifestyle, creating this reality, the power was given to them. And that's why they live by the sword and die by the sword. But the modern day sword is a gun. But another sword is your tongue. And that's why every chance they get, they slay you with their tongue through slander, propaganda. And that's why they also slay you with what? Hunger. Now you understand why it's inflation? Inflation only means one thing. Inflation means hunger. We talk about it every day. How prices going up, but your pay not. But according to this script right here, it was already written. And one thing you got to remember, it ain't no date on it. But we could just look at it with a half a brain and say, damn. Right now, we see death. We see people going through hell. We see people sitting on the throne in power. We see people killing by the sword, and we see hunger. And with death with the beasts of the earth. Now that part, that plays a lot of ways with death by the beasts of the earth. That beast of the earth also represents people living on an animal level. That's why, remember, we coined terms that, and we made it cool, like, man, that nigga's a beast. But little do we know, those are all slanderous terms. Savage, beast. See, I'm showing y'all how we got dehumanized without even knowing. All that, it was predictive programming. So we've been calling each other a beast for so long that now we live in a world where everybody's in beast mode. What does beast mode mean? It means you living on an animal level, which means what? You have no principles, no morals. You do anything to survive like an animal. That's the time we in, beast mode. And the people living on an animal level are part of the people bringing all this death and killing and creating bloodshed. Also, they're creating death by beasts, by what? Also poisoning the animals. That's why we saw yesterday, birds are being contaminated. Your food supply, the animals are being destroyed as well. And that they're using those beasts to also take you out. So it's a lot of different things going on within this. This is just my understanding. This is what I see, but I had to show y'all because we in the last day. Or should I say we at the end of this particular cycle. So that's why I say you're dealing with Hunger Games right now. And people going to do anything because death is on their ass. And when you're looking at the pale horse or the one that rides the pale horse, that is also the Grim Reaper. You dig? But we're going to get back into this. I just had to show you this was going on right now. Everything I said, rewind. Now look. Fentanyl, death. Human trafficking, death. Inflation, death. Because inflation is bringing about all this robbing and killing as well. Robbing, killing, and stealing, death. So that's why when I seen that woman on that horse, or when I seen that horse, I understood what that meant. And then you'll see when Beyonce dropped that album, you see things got a little bit more heated. That's just my opinion, all right? What up, Juice? Now let's continue on. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. What does that mean? My opinion, that's what most of us do every day. Basically, the ones who seek knowledge and get fat off that knowledge and try to get fat off being righteous, those are the ones that be filled. We the ones that are content. See? Many of us that are already content because we understand we got the real food and we got the real riches. So that's why it says, blessed they are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness. Meaning, when it comes to this knowledge and information and a better living, we are hungry. So that's why, remember I said I ain't dumbing down no more. The people that are dumbed down, they're going to starve. The ones who are seeking the real hunger, who are really hungry and really thirsty for this food that was called the daily bread, we the ones that's straight. We already filled. We full. We ain't looking for nothing. We don't need no help. We don't got to follow nobody. We don't need nobody for nothing. Because we already straight. We full. Why? Because we've been seeking knowledge and we've been seeking things of substance. But it said those who seek knowledge are the ones that are blessed. Let me break it down in that term. Those who seek knowledge and seek to better their life and do the right things, righteousness, those are the ones that shall be blessed. Blessed are ye that hunger now, for ye shall be filled. Blessed are ye that weep now, for ye shall laugh. Basically saying, those of us that understand what's going on, yes, you might be going through some things right now, Because you got to remember, your morals and principles are being tested right now. Your faith is being tested. You being tested to see if you're going to stand on what you say you're going to stand on. You talk about that Most High. You talk all this positive stuff. Now you're being tested to see what you're going to stand on. So you're going to deal with some hunger. That means you might come up short on some bills. You might not be able to eat lavish the way you want. You might not be able to have all the things you want. But all you got to know is the work you're putting in now is going to pay off, and you shall be filled. The same way some of us feeling the pain. Like I said, you can go outside, you can feel the pain on people. You can understand that something in the world ain't right, because that is a sign of you weeping. When you feel people's pain, that is a form of you weeping. That's called you got compassion. And it says that those who weep are the ones that will be blessed. And one day you will laugh. Now what I want to show you, you see how within the scripture, you always see the word yay. Now you understand why he changed his name from Kanye to Ye. Yay, ye, yay, it's really yay. But you'll see why he chose that name. At this particular time, mind you, he made sure you knew his name was Yay at this particular time. So understand that. But don't never forget, you might be hungry now, but as long as you stand on what you stand on, you will be blessed. So that's why everybody's being tested right now. Remember when I kept telling you, you got to choose your side now. There's no more in between. Good people know this, the bad people know it. Now, let's continue on, because I'm going to show you that even though you're going through it, for those that understand, you got to go through this. Woe unto you that are full, for ye shall hunger. Woe unto you that laugh now, for you shall mourn and weep. I like this one right here. You know why? It's telling you, everybody that's eating, everybody that's bragging and showing off and boasting, they say what? One day you will not laugh. One day you will be mourning. One day you will be hungry. Why? Because it's called life. That's why you got to understand something. Remember when I told you the people are falling? This is part of the scripture right here. Why? Because all these people, they were full. These entertainers, actors, rappers, certain business people, they were full the whole time. They was full. Not only full, but full of themselves and full of shit. They have been full. They've been getting fat out here. Off of our knowledge, off of our money, off of our pain. They've been getting fat. So they have been full. But guess what? Now they are threatened with hunger. And that's why for they shall hunger. They will starve. That's why you see why I keep telling you they ain't going to get no more money like that. They ain't getting no more bags. And I told you they are not going to have generational wealth. It's done for them. And that's why we are laughing now. We the ones laughing. Remember, ain't we the number one people clowning celebrities now? Because the tables have turned. That's why we clowning their ass. So I also told you when they created social media, that made regular people like me and you. Now, if I'm on Instagram, and this millionaire on Instagram, when it comes to Instagram, we're on the same level. When it comes to the internet, we're all on the same level. So they actually made themselves accessible to us. And that's why in these last days, we are giving them hell. Because we are bringing them up on charges for all that lying they did, all that money they stole, all of them programs they pushed that set us back. Now, we the ones laughing at their ass. Because they used to laugh at us and say, man, they stupid as hell. They don't even understand what's going on. They lost. But now we laughing at them. So woe unto you that are full, for you shall hunger. And woe unto you that laugh now, for you shall mourn and weep. That's saying laugh now, cry later. That's real shit. Those who are laughing now, your time to cry coming soon. Those of y'all that been eating high off the hog, your time to come and starve. And then the people that's been down and going through it, it's our time to come up. That's just how it works. That's why I'm going to show you the ins and the outs. See, Most people want to come on here, shock value. They want to put fear, scare you half to death, tell you all this shit, but they ain't going to tell you the other side of that coin. That what? Everything we going through now, it is an out to all of this. Because blessed are ye that are hungry now, for ye shall be filled. That's why you're supposed to be getting fat off the right things so that you will be filled and you will reap your prosperity. That's what represented by the feast. That's why you'll see throughout scripture and time. What it always talk about, y'all? It talk about starvation. And then it talks about feast. Those are two different worlds. Don't it talk about how certain people roamed and they were without food and without water and they ain't had shit? And then you heard times of when people sat at the table, they had feasts. And what's the number one thing with a feast? Within that feast, they always gave thanks and praise. Thanks and praise. But guess what? That's why everybody's being tested. Everybody. And everybody got to show and prove who they are. And if you don't show and prove who you are, the spirit going to expose you anyway. For good or bad. There's no more hiding, no more secrets. If you lie, the lie ain't going to hold up. That's just the world we in right now. Man, this stuff already been written. I'm just speaking on it. It's just my opinion. This ain't actual fact, just my opinion. Now let's move on. Now, look, I had to talk about this because Tommy Lee, for those who don't know, Tommy Lee, Pamela Anderson Lee, who's Pamela Anderson Lee and Tommy Lee? They're the first ones to ever do a sex tape and make it popular. They're the first one to do a sex tape. Kim K got it from Tommy Lee and them. Pamela Anderson Lee was a role model to Lil' Kim. When Lil' Kim started hanging with Pamela Anderson Lee, that's who she learned how to get plastic surgery from. Told you, plastic surgery ain't nothing new. Everything chicks doing on Instagram, Pamela Anderson Lee did that shit 20 years ago. I told y'all they always keep us behind the 8 ball. They always gonna keep us 20, 30 to 50 years behind them. You getting plastic surgery, they getting plastic surgery reduction. Because they already had this shit for 20 years. You late now. And the doctors got to still make their money, right? So they need a new market. Who's the new market for plastic surgery? So-called melanated people. Y'all keep forgetting all this shit is a business. But anyway, my point, I want to show you this. Tommy Lee mansion got trashed by burglars. And he's trying to sell it. Key word, he's trying to sell it. I told you all these celebrities are downgrading. They all selling their shit. If they had 3 mansions, they selling 2 of them. If they had a mansion in a loft, they selling the mansion and living in the loft. Because this is what the world is doing. So you got to understand inflation by shit like this. You see? But people don't understand because you just look for nigga news. You just look for black gossip and tea. You don't understand what time you in. When you see millionaires selling their shit, that means shit is getting fucked up. That's what it means. I done showed y'all. We done talked about it. We done damn near seen every so-called white celebrity downsize. So that was my whole point of this right here. How not only is he selling his mansion, what else we see? His mansion got broken into by burglars. Let me rewind it for y'all. Blessed are those that hunger now, for you shall be filled. Now I'm gonna show you. Hold on. Let me go to what exactly goes to him. It should be this right here. Woe unto you that are full, for you shall hunger. Woe unto you that laugh now, you shall mourn and weep. See that? So Tommy Lee represented one of the individuals that were full. He been rich, played the drums for his group, but now he's facing hunger. That's why he got to sell that mansion. And you got to remember, see, one thing about them, they don't wait till the last minute. They see shit coming and they start cashing out early. So for those who don't believe about this inflation in 2024 and all of that, you just keep staying asleep. Now I had to talk about this because this ain't nothing new neither. Balenciaga denounces child abuse and promises to do better in latest apology. But you got to understand where these companies come from. All of that behavior is sanctioned and is normal. I broke down over a year ago when I did a video called the designer shoe scam, and I broke down Balenciaga. A lot of people don't know Balenciaga already have been exposed for putting out shoes made in China. That's when I learned that all of the designer shit is made in China. Then it gets shipped to Italy for the finishing touches. The leather, the zippers, certain things of that nature, it gets done in Italy. So when they ship it out, it says made in Italy, but the whole time the shoe was made in China. Another scam that's been going on. I broke all this shit down. Balenciaga acts Spring 23 campaign shows book from artists whose work includes images of castrated toddlers. See that? It was promoting pedophilia the whole time. It also represents that the people that wear that brand are into that behavior. Now, we also seen Kim K try to come out and go against Balenciaga. Now she going against him. But we know that's BS because we know she support promoting toddlers. Does she not keep her daughter on the gram? And does her daughter not have her own TikTok page? Did we not talk about that last week? How her daughter admitted every morning she wake up to that particular scary movie, Conjuring 3, that demonic ass movie. Does she not exploit her kids? Did Kanye West not tell us about he not feeling the way Kim be exploiting the kids? Well, now you understand why Kim been down with Balenciaga. And you got to remember, people like Kim K will let her daughter sit on one of the rich white men laps for a deal. You see? They'll sign a deal while one of the executives holding their kid on their lap. That's the game they play. The same way you got rich men that offer their daughter to people, and that's how they close deals. Man, I'm telling you, we're in a wicked game, y'all. It's very wicked out here, but you shouldn't be surprised with none of this designer shit because it all comes from Europe. Get it? And that's another thing. I like to dress nice. I like nice stuff, but do y'all not think we've been putting too much emphasis on all this European stuff lately? And I'm going to ask the same question. Of all the energy and money we've been putting in all this European shit, what the hell did it do for us? And it also shows you how we hypocrites because I just broke down. Look, we'll talk about how everybody come here and send the money back to their country, but we grind here in this country and send our money overseas. See that? Told you, man. We the most hypocritical, backwards people on the planet, and we don't even know this shit. How you gonna talk shit when you sending your money out the country all the time? So I understand that. Same way I told you, we call everybody a culture vulture, but that whole world of design and fashion, that is their world. That's their world. Your people did not could create the world of celebrity high-end fashion, the life of luxury, private jets, Rolls Royce. Your people did not create that lifestyle. That's their shit. That's something Europeans created, y'all. So like I said, America is the home of diversity and cultures. But we got to stop just being hypocrites and sometimes just shut the hell up. Just shut up. Sit, man. Shut up. You like what you like. You do what you do. But sometimes you could be so anti everything else that you don't even understand half the shit you promoting. That's all I'm saying. Just my opinion. There you say, I'm not finna go broke. That's right. Think about it, y'all. Think about this shit. Ain't it sick? Think about it. People that have a $10,000 pocketbook but won't have $10,000 cash in that pocketbook. You heard? People that have a $100,000 car but won't even have $10,000 cash in the bank. Is that not backwards? Think about it. $10,000 bag, Birkin bag. Not a lot of money in it. For what? What's the purpose of all these brands? Every brand you chase is on the stock market. So they get paid quadruple off every dollar we spend, and it won't sell without us. Without us, the shit won't even sell. It'll be done. Every brand we keep alive. Every fucking brand. Name one. And you'll see we the most people that go ham over brands. You know why? Because that was part of the slavery effect. Before, they used to brand us and sell us. Now they created brands for us to work like a slave to go buy. And then they make you be so wrapped up in these brands. When you're in a certain situation, them brands can't do nothing for you. Meaning the people you spent that money with ain't going to do shit for you. Now, you can sell the merch you bought. Now, I will say that. Them designer bags, they are investments. You can't get your money back. But I'm saying the companies you spent that money with ain't gonna give you shit back. So that's why I say, man, it's not wrong with liking nice things. But I just feel like we all took liking nice things. We took it too far at the wrong time. And all this still goes with the bragging and boasting shit. So it is what it is. I'm not knocking nobody. Trust me. I'm just telling you. If you want things to change and you feel a certain way about certain things, you got to stop being a hypocrite. And that's it. So let's go back to the top. I'm about to get out of here. Howard Stern dissed Oprah about bragging about riches and the inflation. Like I said, we just went through this. We just went through different aspects. We just went through different visuals and understandings of what's really going on. So it took for Howard Stern to speak out how flossing and showing off right now is the wrong thing to do. It's not cool. And basically, in my opinion, what he was saying, she flossing on her own black people. Howard Stern is upset with Oprah and Oprah for flaunting her wealth on the gram. Now you see how the lifestyle, you see how it trickles down. I told you, they got all your celebrities to start that bragging and flossing shit. And then once the celebrities did it, you and your peanut brain in your house, you start thinking you like a celebrity. Now you want to do everything they do. See that? But it was a time when we didn't follow them, y'all. We didn't do what they did. We live in a show-off culture now. But you see other people, they ain't with all that showing off shit. Half of the people that run the world that are multi-billionaires, you don't even know their face. They ain't showing you shit. But this whole thing of flossing and flaunting, it creates this devil called jealousy. The demon called jealousy comes to life when individuals show off, brag, and boast. And at the end of the day, let's be honest, nobody likes to show off. Because the people that got more money than you look at you like a fool. And the people that don't have as much money as you look at you with jealousy and envy and disgust. It's just the world we in. So it took for Howard Stern to call her out on her nonsense. And what he said. It's fucking mind-blowing when you follow her on Instagram. You see her estates, her gardens, the people who service her. And you know she's got servants and like people cooking, and it's fucking wild. She knows how to be rich. She kind of likes to show it off, which is something I'm not comfortable with. I don't think that people should show off their wealth. You got to be a little self-aware and know that there are people struggling out here. You got to kind of think about people who don't have to eat. Know what I'm saying? Come on. You got to be a little aware of this. Basically saying, you know what you're doing is wrong. Bitch, you know your people are fucked up out here, and you sitting here showing off shit, and you ain't doing shit for your own people. That's what Howard Stern was saying, in my opinion. Calling her out. Because remember this fact. Those so-called white people and Jewish people, whatever you want to call other people, they don't respect nobody trying to be like them. They don't respect that. You see, what I understand, they like people that be themselves. Oh, the same way, with black people, you don't like a white boy when they're trying to be black, do you? You don't like white girls when they're trying to be white, do you? Well, guess what? White people don't like when you try to act white neither. They don't like that shit. They look at you as being phony. They will respect you when you be yourself. But people like Oprah don't never get that. Because to them, she just always going to be looked at a nigga with a lot of money. And my point is this. He basically telling her, it's sad the way you trying to floss on your own people, knowing they out here starving and you ain't doing shit for them. You got to understand how they talk. That's basically what he said, in my opinion. He shamed her for flossing and bragging. And like I said, if I'm wrong, correct me. What did Oprah do? Everybody was mad when they say she built a school in Africa, she didn't even build a school in Chicago. She didn't even build a school in America. That's right, she didn't. And not only did she build a school in Africa, we heard that all them kids got molested, allegedly. So what did Oprah do? Just showing you, man, they all the same people. They all are the same. They're under the same umbrella. They all with the same shit. And it took Howard Stern, and Howard Stern is not a hater. He's worth $650 million, $800 million. So he ain't got no reason to hate. He just understands certain things. And yes, Howard Stern say a lot of racist shit. He say fucked up shit too. But he's a shock jock. That's his job. But the point is, right is right and wrong is wrong. On this one, he got it right. Because it took for this man to speak out about her flossing at the wrong time in the wrong season. So don't forget that. As he said, I make a good living and I'm having trouble watching Oprah. I go, wow, look what's going on over there. Her estate is unbelievable. When she goes shopping in her backyard because everything is growing back there. There's a farm back there. See that? He throwing shots because he understands we in inflation. Food is messed up. Food is contaminated. Food is overpriced. He knows what's going on. See, for some reason, y'all, I got to say this, and it's the truth. For some reason, black people, melanated people, are the only people act like they don't comprehend what inflation is. Inflation is just another word. Inflation. See that? When it comes to inflation, that word, people's mind is just fucking mush. Everybody else with sense, especially business and real shit, know inflation means get your shit together and get right. Because inflation means something's going to blow up. And when that shit blow up, that means shit going to be messy. So the real people that understand what inflation means, they getting ready. So in case some shit do blow up, they going to be prepared. But the only people act like they don't know what inflation means is black people. They bragging the most, spending the most money, doing the most. And you see everybody downsizing and downgrading and getting low. That was my point of showing you that shit. And you know how that game was played? You know why? I'm going to show you the inflation game. The whole key to inflation game, and we in the middle. We the pawns. In the inflation, the rich sit on their money and spend the money of the fucking poor. Get it? If I own business, I control the fucking inflation. Who supplies my inflation? The people that got to run by my fucking product. Therefore, you see the game? Told you we backwards. That's why it's inflation for some. The rich is going to take a hit, but they're going to still make profit off charge you more money for every fucking thing. And you the one that got to spend the goddamn money to keep the shit going. So in inflation, you'll see we spending more money than ever because we the ones keeping the shit going. And the rich people, all they got to do is what? Put their hands behind their head, cross their hands, and sit back in their recliner and watch the stock market. That's it. That's how the game is played. So for inflation, those who got the right investments, when the shit blow over, they going to still be good. That's why they downsizing, getting ready. Why you see companies firing people? What you think that mean? It means preparation. Get their ass out of here. That's unnecessary salaries we don't got to pay. We can put that money in the stash because we're going to take a hit anyway. We taking a hit, downsize. What are other people doing? Spending the most, doing the most. In a crisis, you got people buying big houses. Other people are downsizing. You got people running the car lots, getting the newest, biggest car in the lot. Other people, they getting a small car that's good on gas. Why? Because some people got to keep this shit going while other people get the benefit. And guess who's a pawn in the game? Told y'all, man. You got to learn this real game out here. You got to learn the game of life. You got to learn the game of economics. You're so busy focusing on racism, you know shit about nothing else. You know shit about economics, nothing at all. You're so fucking smart, but you don't understand shit for real. That's how they keep winning. So my point is, people think inflation is just a word. Well, for rich people, that means time to get paid. They start doing the Birdman. Why? Because before, we had to sell our gas for $2. Now we selling that shit for $4. That's a guaranteed flip, guaranteed profit. Laughing to the bank. You suffering. I went to the other day, I seen a nigga put $5 in his tank. I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you going to do with $5 in the tank? You ain't going nowhere with $5. But it shows me what's going on with the people. He got a car, 30-day tags, and putting $5 in the car. The other week, went to the store. I seen a girl put $5 in a BMW. $5. So I know, that's why I told you, I know what's going on out here. I pay attention. I study the people. I study the economy. I study every little thing when I go outside. When you go outside, it's really for getting information. I seen a chick put $5 in a goddamn BMW. And I seen a man the other day put $5 in a Cherokee. So I know they out here struggling because $5 ain't $5 no more. That shit ain't, man, anybody that drive know right now, $20 gonna get you a quarter tank. $5 ain't shit. So that's how I know when I see grown-ass men and grown-ass women putting $5 in the tank, I know they hurting. So that's why I say, you can hide it all you want to. I know how to look other ways at suffering and struggling. You feel me? So that's why I say, like I said a million times, we're in a time now where less is more. The less you got going on, the more you'll have. The less friends you have, the more peace you'll have. The less leeches you have around you, the more you'll have of everything. The less confusion you have around you, the more peace you'll have. Less is more. That's the word of the day. Less is more. Stop trying to do everything big and have everything. This ain't the time for that shit. Because you're going to be fucked up. That's the whole purpose, for you to be fucked up. That's why it's called inflation. They want you to blow up, and then you're going to pop like a balloon. So they want you to blow up. They want you to do the most. Because when it's all said and done, you're going to be left holding the bag. That's how this shit works. Telling you. So that's what I was breaking down, the whole science of what we just been through Thanksgiving, right? But it's really for you to give thanks and praise for the things that you have been given. That's why they say God help those who help themselves. When you help yourself, the Most High will give you stuff. He will give you opportunities. He will give you vision, give you ideas, give you energy that you need to sustain. But when you don't give thanks, it says you don't appreciate shit. That means you're an ungrateful bastard. And you think you got all this shit on your own. So therefore, when that hand gets removed from you and you on your own, you see your shit start sinking quick. So that's why I say a lot of people that's sinking, a lot of people that's fucked up right now, guess what? Mostly all of y'all brought that shit on yourself. Most of y'all. And sometimes it could be just making a wrong fucking decision. So that's why I say it's no more blame game, because at the end of the day, we control our own fucking destiny now. Ain't nobody putting no gun in your head. Ain't nobody running up in your house. There's nobody doing shit to you but you. And that's the biggest trick we got to get over. Nobody to blame. So understand that. Oprah flossing and bragging, that's her saying, that's her putting up both middle fingers to our community and saying, ha, 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 y'all on your own out here. So it took for Howard Stern to call her out. All right, it is what it is. He don't get no pat on the back, but it's just he had to be the one to do it. So let's continue on. I already said all this. I'm about to be out. Let's look at Betrayal. Pusha T, ungrateful nigga. That's what he is. I be trying not to use that word, but I got to call a spade, and this is a nigga. You know why? Because Kanye West helped this man when his career been over with, helped him stay relevant, helped him get an Adidas deal, and now he turns around and said that he's disappointed at Kanye. And this man, this black man right here in this picture, think about it, y'all. He said he is affected by Ye's hate speech. Not a white man, not a Jewish man, not a European, a black man with cornrows in his head still. That rap about cocaine in every fucking song that he ain't never sell. Same ass swag from fucking 20 years ago. He gonna say he's affected by Ye's hate speech like he fucking traumatized or some shit. But this nigga got Arby's rap commercials and McDonald's. He fell off so bad, he fucking rapping for commercials. Like that, like the sign said, we'll rap for food. That nigga rapping for food. Sorry ass nigga. You know why? Because your people specialize at kicking you when you down. That's what he did. See, they ain't gonna kick you when you standing up because you could punch him in the face. They gonna wait till you on the ground and throw a kick in. That's what they do. I also showed you another man by the name of Tay Diggs. How Stella got her groove back. And looked like he got Stella hat on his head. This man was twerking and doing a straight, I don't know what the hell dance he was doing. But I just wanted to show y'all in the last day, not even Stella can't get this nigga his groove back because this nigga is broke and scrambling and he ain't getting no more Hollywood roles. So now you see so-called black men, man, doing everything for a penny. This shit is sad, y'all. It's fucking sad. I will never, ever watch Stella Got a Groove Back again. I already been stopped never watching that shit. I will never watch that movie again in my life. I ain't support none of that. Oh, I don't fucking watch TV One. I don't watch BT. I don't watch none of that shit. All that shit is bullshit and warfare shit now. You feel me? Yup, but this what represent, this is the images they use to portray the black man. You feel me? Now look, like I said earlier, if they all would have just came out, that's who they are. But all of these men used women. They played a male sex symbol to appeal to the communities that they all about women. All these men were predators for black dollars from women. That's what they really were. They were predators of that dollar. That's why all of them played that role like they were lover men and good men and all this bullshit, creating a fantasy world when the whole time, man, they ain't even want no damn woman. That's why they showing themselves now. And they also understand that the rainbow community spends the most money. And now they understand that they need that money. So that's why they all are marketing themselves to the rainbow community. I showed you over and over. I showed you rappers, entertainers. I showed you many different people trying to get the rainbow money. That's what they're doing now. But I'm going to take him off the screen because he is disgusting. But I just had to show y'all what people are doing that used to portray different images. All right? And I told you the movie Babylon is coming out before the month over with, starring Brad Pitt. So it ain't no coincidence that the movie Babylon is coming out. Man, oh man. I'm done. Episode 315 is in the can. Decent episode today. Salute to the people. But we already been cut Oprah off. She's done. She's done too. She will forever be a prisoner in her home too. Every celebrity will be a prisoner in their home till it's over. That's it. They done. That's right, Tiana Weekwood. Just too much. Too much. What's up, Shayna? What's up, Shay? That's right. I haven't watched BT in the last 15 years. Man, I don't watch no damn BT. That shit is some clown shit. BT, I'm going to be honest, though. BT, that's for kids now, man. That's for kids. And you got to remember, BT is for brainwashing kids. That's it. To take the new generation and put all that old shit in their head again. The same shit we grew up off of, they got to always reintroduce it to the next generation. But I told you, what's one movie I always talk about that you'll never, ever, ever in your life see on BT? It's called Demolition Man with Wesley Snipes. You ain't never going to see that on BT. You ain't never going to see Rosewood on BT. John Singleton made Rosewood talking about how our people was rich back in the day owning our own communities. They ain't never going to put that on BT nowadays. No, they not. It's a lot of black inspirational movies. They're not going to put it on BT, though. All they're going to do is they're going to put white chicks on there. Menace to Society. What else? They're going to put every nigga movie you done seen 1,000 times on that shit. They went and got so low, they showing New York Undercover. That means they had to go back 25 years to put that shit on there. Just showing y'all, keep them niggas in the past. Every new generation, you reintroduce the same pattern to them. That's why BT is for kids. It's for the new generation to get brainwashed. That's it. No other purpose. But salute to the people that still watch the shit. I don't watch TV1 or TV2 exactly. All that's nigga shit. I'm gonna be honest with you. It is. It is. We up there and it's stuck there. Oprah on house arrest allegedly. I can believe that. I ain't gonna lie. I forgot about all that shit with her too. Yeah, I forgot about all that shit. All of them have been hiding out. All of them have been on lockdown. That's a fact. Mm-hmm. That is true because you got to remember, we did see Ellen cancel a show. We seen all of them get on lockdown. They all been hiding. That's a fact. They all have been hiding out. I just forgot about that whole narrative. And you know what I'm saying? Y'all know how that was big, big, big. I ain't forget about Pizzagate, none of that. I just don't play with them people. Because like I said, they're under that same umbrella. They run all this shit. That's why I don't play with them. You got to understand that. This platform, every platform we be on is their shit. And I'm talking about that other party. You know, you got the red party, you got the blue party. That whole world of entertainment and social media, that's under the blue umbrella. Who you think Mark Zuckerberg is and Bill Gates? All this shit is their world, y'all. That's why I'm trying to tell y'all this shit. You got to know who you're dealing with. That's why I say and do what I do, but I also understand I'm on their shit. It's only with so much they're going to let me, you understand? Like, you got to understand it's all their shit. All of this is their shit. Like, this they playing field. Why you think Trump had to build his own platform? Because he was getting banned on all of this shit. That's right. Tom Hanks ran to Greece. So many rituals going on. The spiritual realm is going insane. That's right, George. But guess what, George? That's why you got to be on your rituals. See? You got to be doing your own rituals. What's your ritual? Shit. Get up and say a prayer. And whatever you do throughout your day, that is your ritual. Whatever you do every day on that righteous path, that is your ritual. Righteous ritual. See that? When righteous people do rituals, you get good results. But you got to remember the other side of that coin, evil people do rituals to stop your growth, to stop what you're trying to do. That's the real war. It's called Star Wars. It's called the mirror effect. Everything you do, somebody do opposite. Everything you think about, somebody think opposite. Now you understand it was a trick about this world that we all gonna get along and we all gonna be as one. No, we not. Was something not cast down that was done so everybody would not speak the same language? Well, you don't understand what that means. We will never speak the same language because everybody has different views and opinions and outlook on life, period. People serve different masters. So if we serving different masters, how the hell are we going to speak the same language? Do you get it? Now you see why in the beginning I told y'all we ain't never going to come together. I told y'all that. It's not going to happen. And guess what? In reality, guess what? You was told to spread out. You wasn't told shit about coming together. You was told to spread out. What? Be fruitful and multiply. That means spread out. What they do, they love to have us all together as one and on top of each other. Now am I lying? Am I flying? We was told to spread out. What do animals do? They spread out. I'm talking about every natural thing on this earth. When you planting seeds and you trying to grow fruit, you gotta make sure them seeds are separated a certain way. Spread out. They created this thing called ghetto and living on top of each other and being in everybody's business and everybody's tea and all up in everybody's space. They created that shit. That's how diseases spread. That's how everything foul spread when you all on top of each other. You're supposed to spread out. That's why I told you, you name where it's written, we all supposed to come together. We come together in what? We come together in prayer. Because we spread all out. But when we pray, we all praying for the same thing because we got the same vision. That's the only time you're supposed to come together is when you in prayer or you building something constructive. Other than that, you're supposed to be spread out. Now you get it why they put us in this thing called ghetto, hood. Because they want us to be all up on each other's ass. And they know as long as y'all all up on each other in a fucking bunch, it's going to be harder for you to spread out. It's going to be harder for you to make it. We call it crabs in the barrel, don't we? But that's science. That's a science behind that whole saying. It's called a fucking ghetto. It's called a community. It's called the group. It's called the organization. You get it? It's supposed to spread out. What do? They spread out. They teach you to come together and they spread out. I'm telling y'all, man, it's all real shit going on this planet. We are the Israelites, spread out. That's right. You was told to be fruitful and multiply. I can't build my garden right next to your garden. You feel me? Now I got to build my garden and have that space. Just like you got to have a garden and a space. We ain't supposed to be on top of each other. But we was tricked and we was told that what? That's country. That's lame. That's boring. No, that's how you really supposed to live. You really supposed to live like that. And then you're supposed to go into the city when it calls for you going into the city. Whatever reason you got to go into the city, it's a time to go into the city. Then it's a time to be spread out. So yes, it's a time when people are going to be all on top of it. Yeah, it's called in the city. But in reality, you're supposed to live spread out. That's just a fact. Y'all know that. Just think, anything that deals with clutter and people on top of each other, what that breeds problems and trouble. You pick a scenario. I don't care if it's at work. Would you rather? Is it not better for you to work from home, or is it better for you to work around a whole lot of people? It's better when you work home, right? Because you're supposed to spread out. So I told you, man, everything they taught us is fucking backwards. That's right, chaos. TV program you to think you have no power. That's right. I'm saying urban communities are not natural. No, they're not. They're created. Why you think it's called urban? Why you think it's a thing called urban and suburban? Those are creations. Remember, everything in America runs off statistics, numbers, division, math, multiplication. Yeah, the numbers game. Urban community is something that was manufactured. It wasn't just manufactured for us. The ghettos go back to ancient times as well. But even throughout history, they have always tried to put our people in ghettos. But yeah, that's all created. Urban, suburban. Urban is another word for inner city, another word for ghetto, another word for black community. When they say urban community, that means black community. When they say urban community, that can mean the poor community. That's the words they play. See, suburban means a little bit more money, means a gated fence, means more money, more income. Those are the word games they play. Suburban used to automatically mean white people. But then when black people started moving to the suburbs just mean financially straight. That's it. But like I told you before, people run to the suburbs and raise their kids in the suburbs, but somehow their kids make it back to the urban community. And the number one thing that did that is rap music. Because rap music goes all over the world. So you can have your kids in a good environment, good neighborhood, but as long as they got rap music, they still got ties to the ghetto. So that's why kids go to college, but they still listen to rap and they end up fucked up. Kids raised in a good neighborhood, good household their whole life, but they listen to rap music, they still end up fucked up because rap music was the tool used to influence every household in America. Back in the day, it was rock and roll. Rock and roll was the music that made white kids rebel on their parents. They say, screw you, mom. That comes from rock and roll. They took that same energy and infused it into rap music. So now the young boys now, they say, F you, moms. F you, dad, I'll shoot my daddy. That's because that was installed in the music. Well, back again, the book said what? Honor thy mother and thy father, and your days shall be longer. So what happened? When they started disrespecting their mother, disrespecting their dad, what happened? They started dying early, right? That's life. So salute everybody that's here. We did it again, y'all. We did it again. Episode 315. Y'all know they cursed their parents out. They've been doing that. In the 1960s, They ran tests and found subliminal messages was 98% effective. It was supposedly made illegal. Exactly. They say do subliminal messages, they can have you doing anything. And when you sleep, subliminal messages go all up in your brain every day, all day. You are influenced in ways you don't even have no clue. If people can leave another island and get to America, then what's stopping people from leaving the hood? Laziness. That's right. Hey, we talked about the story when I reported how there was people on their way to America on foot walking 2,000 miles. They was walking all through South America all the way up to America because they wanted that freedom. So that's a good point. People are complaining about shit, but they ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. Yeah. That's right. Inner city also means ghetto. That's right. They got keywords they've been using on us for years, and these words have been creating spells. Because half these words we think are normal, but little did we know we was being programmed the whole time. That's why if you notice on TV, they don't say the black community. They say urban. They'll say the schools in the urban community don't have no resources. That means the schools in the black neighborhoods are poor. And they ain't got no good books. They ain't got no good teachers. You get it? That's why they got a thing called what, y'all? Coding. They got a thing called demographics, where they know from an address, they know from a zip code what consists in that whole area. They know when they put in that zip code, oh, that's a poor neighborhood. Get it? They showed you that with the TV show Beverly Hills 90210. 90210 is the zip code for Beverly Hills. So you ain't got to say Beverly Hills. You just say 90210, and people that's rich from that area know what that means. Same thing with our communities. They classify us by fucking zip code. That's why you go for certain jobs. If your zip code say some shit, you ain't getting hired. You go for a bank loan, you got a certain zip code, you ain't getting no fucking loan. That's how that shit work. You're classified by certain things that they created. And you like, damn, why the fuck? Nah, because they know your zip code. They know what that area consists of. They know the crime rate. They know the drug rate. They know the dropout rate. They know the poverty level. Yeah, that's on your zip code right there. And that's how they dissect you. Man, they've been doing this shit forever. That's why people that trick the system put themselves in different situations with different zip codes and different zoning. You know, people did a lot of things to finesse those tricks. It's all good. We here. What's up, Latasha Jordan? That's right. That's right. Houses are worth less in the urban area. Yep, that's all by design. That's all on purpose. That's why they put all the drugs in the community back in the day. Like I broke down, right? In the 80s and 90s, all our people that was busting their ass in the 60s and 70s, it was time for their houses to get paid off. In the late 80s and early 90s and 90s and shit. Everybody that was working hard, busting their ass from the 60s, 70s, by the time they shit got paid off, or was about to get paid off, that thing called crack cocaine destroyed all the goddamn communities. That's what the fuck happened. And that's how they fucked up the property. So when you see those same places around America that was crack infested, crime infested, you see now what, y'all? They clean all them neighborhoods up now. And all that property is worth way more money now. And that's why we see other people moving in it. Because they played a game called musical chairs. It's called destroy their hood with drugs, depreciate the value of the property, and then we'll buy it back for a cheaper price and make it more money. That's what they did to us around the world. That's why hardly none of us got anybody in our family that left us nothing. We not getting left nothing. But we all, one point or another, had people that own houses. What about y'all? My grandmother and grandfather ain't live in no apartment. My great aunts and great grandmothers didn't live in no apartment. They lived in houses. But guess what? They knew our generation was coming up, and they said, we got to make it where they don't reap none of the benefits of their ancestors that left shit behind for them. So now you see, we all playing this game called catch up. And many of us, we don't know what it feel like to live in a crib with everything paid up. All I got to do is pay the taxes and I'm straight because my grandmother bought this house. And then we got our people that was left property. What they do? They sold the shit. And the siblings fought over the money and sold the house. Now you don't own shit. And the money you sold the house for, that shit spent up. Now look what we got. Nothing. Back in the 60s, back then, they moved our people out of communities by building highways and interstates. Highways and interstates was also a trick they used on our people to get them out of our get us out of our property back then. Made us move and made us sell our shit for low ticket. And now all those properties are through the roof. Man, every time we were owners, they always found a way to take that shit from us, y'all. That's why I say the game they've been playing has been called economics. That's the real game, y'all. Economics is the real racism. That's the real racism. Because we call it the system, right? But the key thing you always got to remember, the system don't work without you. That's the whole key to this shit. Don't they call jail the system? Well, if we wasn't committing no crimes, would that system be winning like that? Nope. Pick a system. Pick anything. Close your eyes, turn around the circle, and pick something. It wouldn't work without you. Computers been out. Computers been out since the 70s, early 80s. But have computers and Bill Gates ever gotten this rich until we got on the computer? Until we got on Windows? Just name anything, y'all. Just name it. I'll show you. It wouldn't be nothing without us. And that is the biggest secrets. That is the secret that must be hidden under oath. You never let them know their real value. It was said that we are the most high. We are the most highest precious jewels. And those precious jewels have been stolen and confiscated. And those precious jewels are being held as bank. And that is the biggest secret. That's why I said we don't, if we wanted to flex power, all we got to do is say, man, we ain't doing shit. I'm about to be lazy as a motherfucker. I ain't about to do shit. Everybody had their money stacked up and had their supply up for a certain level and said, man, we ain't doing shit. We just going to be on some bullshit for a month. We ain't doing shit. Man, and this shit will start collapsing. The motherfuckers will start going crazy. It's that simple. But we also know that's the hardest thing to do, ain't it? But that's what it's called. That's why it's called sacrifice. It is what it is. Sacrifice don't just mean somebody got to die. Sacrifice means you got to go without something, or you got to give something up. That means sacrifice, giving something up. Getting uncomfortable means sacrifice too. Sacrifice always means somebody got to get killed, and that sacrifice. Nah, that ain't always what sacrifice means. We all got to make a sacrifice. But your sacrifices are made according to what you're trying to accomplish. So the ones that want to be billionaires, 100 millionaires, their sacrifices gets a little deeper. You get it? They got to get a little more dirty. That's right, Aaron. Discipline. Discipline. Who got the most discipline? Disciples. You are a disciple for the Most High, right? Well, you're supposed to have the most discipline. That's why I say that's part of the key. The key to all of this shit is discipline. Is that not the hardest thing for one to do? Because discipline is what you're going to do. It ain't what somebody telling you to do, making you do what you think is cool because somebody watching. No, what you going to do on your own and stick to that shit. That's discipline. Y'all know that shit is hard. But guess what? That's the real power right there. Because when you got discipline, guess what, y'all? There's no more room for temptation. When you got discipline, if somebody say jump, you don't budge. When you got discipline, if somebody say look at me, man, you go the other way. Discipline is the hardest thing to do, but discipline is what gives you the most power. That's real power when you got discipline. That's the real power. So now you see why we're in a world where discipline is not taught. Discipline is not even respected. See that? Even they showed you in the Kung Fu movies, you had to have a certain level, you had to have a certain amount of discipline to even get to the next level. To win a particular fight. We know that with boxers. If you ain't a disciplined boxer, what happened? You're gonna get your ass knocked out. You ain't got no discipline. You ain't been training properly. You've been doing all this other extra shit. Ain't got nothing to do with you being the best you could be. You ain't got no discipline. So eventually you gonna get knocked the fuck out. What happened in real life when you ain't got discipline, y'all? Eventually your ass gonna get knocked out. That's it. Discipline wins, man. That's the hardest thing. I live by that. Discipline, dedication, determination. I live by that. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to become disciplined to that. I'm going to become dedicated to that. And I will be determined to stick to what I said I'm going to do. If I ain't going to do none of the three, I ain't even going to say that shit. Discipline, dedication, determination. That's a jewel for y'all right there. I live by that code. That shit'll keep you out of a lot of shit too. And it'll keep you focused on what you got to do. Because if you ain't disciplined, you ain't going to be dedicated to shit. You just going to be a person that run your fucking mouth and make fucking excuses and blame motherfuckers. Because you ain't disciplined. Therefore, you're not dedicated to shit. And you ain't going to do shit because you ain't got no determination. Now, mind you, that recipe has to be used on everything. Your relationship has to be used in life, has to be used in anything. If you want to be a business owner, you got to have discipline. You can't even save money because you always spending. You spend more than you save. That's no discipline. It's easy to spend money, ain't it? Is it easy to save that shit, though? Take discipline. You said you was going to do something, right? You said you was going to do this. You was going to do it, right? But now shit get hard and shit looking rough. You want to quit. That means you ain't determined enough. And your discipline ain't in order for you to withstand what you got to go through. You ain't got no determination. You got no dedication and no determination. Meaning you ain't going to put no work in and you ain't going to stick to putting that work in. Therefore, you get a big zero in the end. That's it. Told you life is what it is. Don't take my word for it. It's all good. What's up, Sassy? What's up? Look, shit is hard out here, y'all. But what you gonna do? Quit? You gonna quit? You gonna give up? You ain't got no option, right? If you're a winner, you gotta keep going. That's right. We all gotta become better us. That's the whole purpose of living. Every day you trying to get better. Every day you trying to get better. Yes, you're gonna come up short. Yeah, you're gonna have adversity. Yeah, you're gonna have hate. But all that shit don't mean shit when you focus. Don't mean a goddamn thing. What it do, y'all? It go in one ear out the fucking other. It ain't about nothing. So that's why it's different levels of being focused out here. There's different levels of that shit. But we all try to find our way some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't judge people. I'm not here to judge nobody. I just got to speak on how I see things. And guess what? I want people to be 10 times greater than me than I ever been. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at things. If people be better than me and the world get better, then shit'll be better for the people that's to come. You feel me? That's how I look at the shit. Because guess what? Half the shit, look at this like this, y'all. Look, the future generation, we already got an idea exactly what they're going to go through and exactly how that shit going to be. Think about it. That's the most advantage we got now. Remember, our people didn't see shit. They didn't know shit. They was fucking lost. That's why we had to go through all this shit. But now we got all the keys that the new generations, they ain't got to go through half of the shit we went through, which means what? They don't got to waste a lot of time. They can just get to it. But the hardest thing to do is what? Get them to be focused, because all of this other distraction is trying to set them back. But they actually in position to be the greatest generation right now. Why? Because all the information and knowledge is out here to be great. A lot of us got this shit the hard way, and some of us still ain't got it. We still try to get it. But as a whole, this generation is the most fortunate because of what? Information. That's it. And that's why if you don't pick up on information now, you're going to suffer worse than your ancestors did. Why? Because your ancestors didn't have access to the information you got now. So therefore, we will pay a bigger price for being unaware. We pay a bigger price for being lazy. Everything we do wrong, we pay 7 times more than our peoples did. Because remember, according to nature, they went through the struggle, so we won't have to do that. But guess why we going through the struggle? Because we didn't understand their struggle. So therefore, we repeating the same thing. And we paying a little more worse because there's actually more information and more ways to escape it out here now. So now you understand why your mind has been being worked on without you being in the laboratory. Your mind has been being worked on your whole life. So guess what, y'all? No matter how old you are, you ain't been woke that long, which means you got a lot of work to do. You might have been asleep 20 years. You've been asleep 22 years. You've been asleep 30 years. However long you've been asleep, that's a long time. You just woke up for a couple years. You ain't been woke that long. So what that mean? That means you still got work to do. And that's why I'm going to end it. I'm going to end it how I started it. Salute to everybody here, everybody in the building, everybody that's listening. Shout out to the replay game. And like I said, that's why I'm going to end it how I started it. Blessed are ye that hunger now, for ye shall be filled. Blessed that weep now, for ye shall laugh. Yeah, you might be hungry now. You might be going through some things now. But for those who stay on the path and stay focused, your day shall come when you will be full. The hard work you put in, it's going to pay off. You got to know that. That is where faith comes in at. See, I used to think faith meant, man, I ain't believing in some shit I don't see, man. I ain't with that faith shit. Faith means actually when you know some shit going to happen and you stay focused and you ain't going to get thrown off track. So if you stand on the right path and you doing shit right, you got to have faith to understand hard work pays off. You will be filled one day. Your stomach will be filled. Your bank account will be filled. Your refrigerator will be filled. You get it? Your tank will be filled with gas. The same way those of us that are weeping, that feel a certain way, we feel the pain and the sorrow for what's going on in the world. One day we will be laughing. You know why you're going to be laughing? Because you're going to be like, damn, I made it through all that shit. All that shit that we went through that was fucked up, I made it. And you're going to laugh. And I told you, that is your time for enjoyment. That is your time for vacation. That is your time to maybe do a little flossing. See? I told you. It's a time to floss. But when you floss it, you got to know who to get a glory to. That's the difference. So I just had to let people understand that, in my opinion. Better days are coming. But right now, this shit got to take place. And what's actually happening, y'all, in my opinion, the flowers and the food is being separated from the weeds. You see, What's going on right now is also a great separation. And that's why I say, what's the separation? Separate yourself from the wrong motherfuckers that don't need to be in your life. That's what we're really dealing with right now. Separation. Remember what I said? We're in a time now where everybody got to choose their side. If you wicked, nigga, go over there with them. Go do your shit over there, because I'm going over this way. Separation. The same way the weeds have to be separated from the crop, because the crop represents the prosperity. That's the growth. And the weeds try to stop that growth, try to kill the plants. So that's why we're in a time of separation. And you have, if you see yourself a certain way, your biggest challenge is to separate yourself so that what? You can grow. That's it. Ain't nobody gonna save you. Salute to the chat. Salute to everybody here. Everybody that tapped in. Episode 315. It's in the books. Stay on point. Stay focused. Stay blessed up. And stay right. I'm going to holler later. I'm going to holler at y'all. Y'all know how I do for No Fame Live. This episode is complete. And I'm out. What up, Mr. X? What's popping? I'm out. 1.